to detail is not there.
No.
When these kids watch a lot of AAU games, they're looking for the highlight reel.
True.
They're looking for the thing that LeBron always co-signs now. That's the house of what? Highlights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. See, you can already tell when your mind shifts over to highlights, and that's what gasses you up is watching highlights. You already then lost the art to the game.
You lost the art.
The game is too hard. It's just like watching Monopoly from a standpoint of watching it as a viewer versus going out and playing the game with people who are playing.
Yeah.
The thinking skills are different. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when they go at each other, there's not a mentality. And a lot of people say, okay, I'm born in 80, you born in 84. We within that 30 to 40 year age range.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of good basketball in them times.
Hey, so we've been 30 to 40 years we've been on this earth just chilling. We done watched some basketball. And basketball is a life thing, and that's why we're talking about it on the channel, because it's a life application. And so a lot of people say from a fan's perspective that we don't have those honest opinions. We balled at a high level.
Yeah.
Could I have been all state? Probably, maybe, if I would have put in more time and worked those type of things, better attitude. There's a lot of things that have to happen right. You know what I'm saying? But we had a decent team, so we understand the game and been around boys who knew how to play the game.
True.
At a young age.
Yeah.
Around real coaching. At a young age.
Around real coaching.
Around coaching.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Now, because it ain't just somebody that just came off the street and said, hey man, I know how to play a little bit.
Right.
And then they come out and they want to be a skills trainer.
Right.
So they use AAU to perfect and give their clients real life application to apply their skills.
Right.
But the skills that they're learning is all offensive.
All offensive.
They don't learn defense.
Everything.
They ain't learning taking charges. They're not even learning slide your feet no more.
So they compared Devin Booker, we were just talking about him, to Kobe.
Okay.
Before that, it was James Harden.
Okay.
And they were looking at it from a scoring mentality.
Yeah.
Now, Kobe's first initiative was he was trying to become a better defender. They said at the 98 All-Star game, he got with Gary Payton and they talked about defense. Kobe didn't talk about no offense.
Yeah.
That's where you got to know some people are different from others just based on what they're saying, Kim Folk. You see what I'm saying? Defense. That's what he wanted to talk to Gary Payton about. How do I learn how to slide my feet better?
Yeah.
Angles. How do I cut off this? Instead of waiting on double teams and all those type of things.
Yeah.
Hold up, hold your man, and then go at him.
When do I double? When is a good time to double?
So, what did they do all those little things, right, that just allow you to win the game?
But you don't hear trainers telling kids on schemes of, if you're in this scheme, you should do this. If you're in this scheme, you should do this. They put that on the coaches to make them do that. But the problem is, it's the first time they're being exposed to schemes of defense. All they ever known is crossover, in, out, step back, shoot the ball.
Let's stop right there.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's skills. Skills, like you said, I don't see most trainers putting players in defensive sets. Like them getting amped up for a defensive drill.
Yeah.
Everything we see is mostly offensive. Highlights, everything is offensive. Dribbling, shooting, all those things. Which as a kid, those things were enjoyable. But the only way for us to get on the court when we were rolling back then, you had to hold your man.
You had to. There wasn't no double team.
And you honored people who could hold their man, because that's how you would win the game.
Yeah.
Because if it takes less players to stay in front of your man and get the rebound, we got a higher chance to get back in transition and outnumber you getting to the other side.
True. Yeah.
Those are basic physics of the game.
But are those highlights is what I'm going to ask you.
They're not. It's not sexy.
So since it's not highlights and it's not sexy, these are parts of the game that our youth is starting to learn this game, and they're missing this. So when you're actually going through and doing this, they're halfway doing the drill.
Yeah.
So since they're halfway doing the drills, what happens in the game? It translates, right? So they're gonna halfway get back on transition. They're gonna halfway do this. They're gonna halfway do that. And they say, well, I ain't tripping. I give up them 2 points. I'm going to go back and get it on the other end. No. If you take that same mentality, and that's the mentality you grow with, and now you're one of the highest players in the country as far as rank-wise in the high school, the AAU circuit, you're going to go to a school that's going to best suit your needs. And then you're going to take that same play to the NBA. Because let's be honest. The NBA is full of all the players that were great in AAU. Period.
Yeah, it's an AAU boot camp.
Exactly
It's
what
an
it is.
AAU boot camp.
It's exactly what it is. And then you have some players that actually take the time and initiative to bring their game up to the next level. And then you got some of them that say, I ain't tripping. I step back and shoot the shot. Yeah, James, I'm shooting the shot at you. That's you. That's what you do. You might have increased your defense a little more on defensive sets, but you rely more on your offense than you do on your defense. I'm gonna say that.
So what we really hitting on, man, is we talking about the Tokyo. We talking about the games, the Olympic Games, specifically basketball. Chime in, comment. Anybody, open public, real fans. We talking real sports. These are the true sports fans who like sports, understand.